Could Bianca Belair actually pull this off? Interesting question, interesting topic, something we are going to be discussing in today's video. Because if you look at Bianca Belair, I would say, even though 2025 has been one of the weirdest years of her career, think about it. She started off the year so strong. She wins the Women's Elimination Chamber match, seemingly going to set up a match her and then Women's World Champion Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania. It was a match in which fans and both superstars had talked about for years about making happen. They wanted to see what would happen when these two stepped into the ring under the bright lights, the biggest, brightest lights at WrestleMania, and see what would happen, see what could flow, what would mesh. And we looked to be getting that. And then WWE said, no, we're going to do something different. They threw in Io Sky after she beat Rhea Ripley with the Women's World title on the episode of Monday Night Raw that was completely out of the blue. And in that match, Bianca Belair was sidelined. A severe finger injury. I forget if it's her finger or thumb. Regardless, she's been out of action. And we've seen her on television from time to time, especially with the Jade Cargill and Naomi feuds. 2025 has been a weird year for Bianca because we've not been able to see her in the way that we have been accustomed to, right? We've been so used to having access to her, in which access we have not gotten this year. And it really does suck because Bianca Belair is not only one of WWE's biggest stars, one of their biggest female stars, one of their biggest babyface, but one of their more overall impactful and meaningful 5 stars. We haven't gotten that. And it sucks. It sucks for us. It sucks for Bianca Belair. Now, Montez Ford, her husband, did a recent interview. And he has fueled the fire. He has fueled the speculation. He has fueled the debate. A debate that's been going on in WWE for some time. A debate about his wife that's been going on for some time. And what is that debate? Well, it is, one, would Bianca Belair ever turn heel? I understand she had a cup of coffee as a heel down there. I see no one remembers that. Saul Reed. Saul's on the main roster. Is also in her prime. And if she did that, if they opted to go forward with it, and they actually have Bianca Belair turn heel, how would that look? Would she be able to pull it off? Would she be one of their top heels? Would she be one of the best heels of all time? So many questions about this topic. About the idea that one of the most popular stars, not only in the WWE female division, WWE, in the pro wrestling landscape, and he said then he believes that she could pull it off. She is that talented. He thinks that, in fact, whether she's a babyface or a heel, he said, and I quote, the fans are going to rock with her. So that made me think, let's talk about it. What do I think about it? Do I think Bianca Belair can turn heel? Could turn heel? Yes. In pro wrestling, you can pretty much do whatever you want. So yes, I think there's a possibility that she can turn heel. So if she can turn heel, we've already established that, then how would this look? I think she should do a 180. I think in a lot of ways she should mimic and replicate what Bayley was able to do as a heel. If you look at Bayley, what was it, 2018, 2019? She clearly was not over as she once was. She needed a new fresh coat of paint. She wanted to go heel, and if you're going to go heel, I feel like you have to do a complete 180 of what you had been doing. From your music, from your look, to the way you talk, to what you talk about, the way that you act in the ring. I mean, a complete 180. A completely new and improved version. And Bayley, just like Bianca, used to have bright colors. Pink, purple, yellow, orange, green, blue, bright colors. And she changed it to dark blue and black and red and silver. Dark colors. She got new music. She got new entrance. She changed her look. She did everything completely different from what she was as a babyface. That's the direction. If I'm WWE, if I'm Triple H, if I'm Bianca Belair, that's what I'm doing. That is the direction in which intrigues me. Not only does it intrigue me of, well, how would the fans perceive Bianca Belair as a heel? How would Bianca Belair take the opportunity to go from a beloved babyface star to the dark side? How would she be able to change that up? What would she do with her gear? What would she do with her music, which is really, really good? So I don't know if I would want to change her music too much, but then again, it's kind of like Bayley, where she had a banger of a hit. Like Sami Zayn, he changed his music as well. His older music is better, and he brought that back. I would hate to say, hey, was it CFO that makes WWE use it now? I would hate for them to make it because it would be horrific. But I almost feel like it's too much of a upbeat, likable, popular, beloved theme song. So I think you would actually have to change it if you're going to go through with a heel turn of this magnitude. But once again, it raises those questions. And anytime that you can raise questions about a character, and the more questions you're able to ask, and the more questions that they're actually interesting, and there's a little bit of an intrigue, I think you're onto something. I think you're onto money. So I don't know if we'll necessarily get it anytime soon, but for sure, I think it's on the table. For sure, I go, hey, if she's not as over as she once was, or she's a little bit stale, there is that possibility. There is that intrigue. And I would definitely keep it on the table, because I think a Bianca Belair heel turn and a heel run, especially as a dominant champion, dominant women's world champion, dominant women's champion, with all of the baby faces that WWE has in their contract, that's interesting. That's worth the discussion, right? Keep it open. Keep it open. See where it takes you. But if I'm Bianca Belair, I am definitely interested in this idea. And it could be something that completely changes the course of her career for the better. Gets her to the next level of this game that we call pro wrestling. Let me know down in the comments area below. What do you think? Are you interested in Bianca Belair heel turn? Do you want to see it happen? Do you not want to see it happen? Let me know.